evening, everyone, and welcome to the second last game of the regular round series here at the iceHQ Ice Rink CCM National Women's Tournament 2028. It's being hosted by iceHQ here at Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Wurundjeri and Woiwurrung traditional land. There are just the two games to go in the regular rounds of this series, and it's the second last game here is between the Furies and the Hidden Gems. And there's some important things on the table for the two teams here. The team that wins this game will finish fourth on the ladder and find themselves in contention for the semi-finals tomorrow morning. The team that doesn't win it is playing in the consolation final tomorrow at 2:45 p.m. And the team that wins it will get themselves at least one bonus game tomorrow morning, either at 9:15 or 10:20 o'clock in the morning. So the Furies and the Hidden Gems should be an interesting game. These teams haven't played each other. We don't know how they're going to go. The Adelaide team has been desperately unlucky on a number of occasions throughout this tournament. They've had a number of players who've been particularly effective. Trapolino has been superb, and Wandle's been brilliant in the net too, after a little bit of a blowout where she was injured at the conclusion of a game last night. The Furies, on the other hand, they've improved enormously. They've got some great players in the team. They've got some players who were Melbourne Ice players way back 15 years ago, Gagnac, Bibby, and I think the third one was Chris Theo. So the three of them, very, very effective indeed. They haven't been able to get consistency of the Furies, but they have improved enormously throughout the series, and they'll be a real threat. Can the Gems beat them? The Gems tonight wearing their white, their reverse jersey, and the Furies wearing blue with gold sleeves. We'll be underway very shortly in this clash for fourth place between the Furies and the Hidden Gems. Sam Hockey doing a great job in the net for the Furies, but Sophie Wendell has been absolutely brilliant for the Adelaide Hidden Gems. Kept them in a number of games where might have otherwise been some pretty decent blowouts. She's made some terrific saves indeed and has been very effective. Watch for Trapolino, she's enormously effective. Whittington and Urquhart have been great too for the Gems, and for the Furies, Gagnac and Bibby have been superb. Gagnac, and Bibby have been superb, and so too Chris Theo, and Marie Stella's been pretty effective as well. Beck Lead has been very good in defence, and Katie Hurtis has been superb for that team too. Be interesting to see if Debbie Bowles can fire the cannon from the blue line and sneak one past Wandle as well. We did see a nice couple of goals in that previous game where D were firing the puck in hard and low from the blue line. There's a lesson for a lot of players there. If you get it low and hard, it's much more likely to create a useful rebound or a deflection. If you fling it high, goalies, well, fast hands and slow feet. They do like those high shots because they can usually just pluck them out of the sky and make themselves look pretty good. We'll be underway very, very shortly in this clash for fourth place between the Furies and the Adelaide Hidden Gems. Let's go. Puck dropped. And it's picked up straight away by Gunn, who plays it back to her D. Goes across ice, gets away with it to someone with a number that's a little bit hard to read here. It's dumped in by the Hidden Gems. Picking up around the back. Bowles looking for an option, tries to play it up. A Gunn picks it off, but it goes as far as Jennings. Now it's lost in the feet of Crafter. Crafter tries to play up the ice and finds a connection, but back there is Chong, and then Bowles in the last line of defence. Trapolino gets past her. So not Trapolino, that's Gunn. Gunn gets a shot away, but it's pushed into the corner by Hockey. Puck comes across through the slot, no one there for the Gems. Picking it up, Urquhart dumps it in deep, but it'll be picked up by Debbie Bowles, who has a little bit of room. She goes up the middle, trying to find a connection. She's trying to find Shelley Jensen. Jensen standing still at the moment. Finally, Bowles still on her own, but dumps the puck in and goes off to get herself a change. Jensen in on the forecheck on the Adelaide team. The Adelaide team clears it out, but it's going to be offside. The puck did come out of the zone. I'm not quite sure why referees didn't see that, but it was obvious from here. Picking it up now for the Furies, Hurtis. Hurtis looking up ice. Tries to find an option in leg and finds leg on the stretch. Leg with a bit of room. But unfortunately for Haley, the puck picked off there beautifully by the Hidden Gems in Baird. But Baird dumps it in deep, and we have we do have a whistle. We don't have a whistle. It sounded like a whistle. Everyone thought it was a whistle, but it wasn't. Puck played across ice out of D, and it gets picked off, but luckily for the Furies, they managed to just force it out. It's picked up by Hurtis. Battling on that blue line, but it's played up ice there. Trapolino does the right thing, but puts it only as far as Hurtis. Hurtis reverses it back, but Trapolino now with some time has a look around, sees that she's got room to move, passes cross ice to Baird. Baird looking up ice, trying to find Miller. Miller skating away at the moment, checking in on them, but it's played up to stationary player across the slot. Not across the slot. Not enough there on the puck from the pass by Whittington. And the puck ends up in the back corner, and I think we're going to have a icing. Face off down the other end. So if you're not familiar with the rule of icing, if the puck is played from your side of the rink and it crosses the goal line at the other end, no one touches it, it's icing. You have to go back and face off in the defensive zone, and the sting in the tail is you're not allowed to get a change. The attacking team can, so the Hidden Gems can get a change here, whereas the Furies cannot. The Hidden Gems, they're just creeping in a fair bit off the blue line. They're confident that Furies aren't going to get past them, but if the Furies can get a quick face off and blast up through, it does create a great counter-attacking opportunity. You'll see many goals scored in hockey when the defence get a little bit overconfident and creep in, and the defending team manages to get their wingers moving up and quickly. And sometimes they pick up a nice fortuitous bounce, and they're away. Herzl there, dumping the puck up, trying to find Theo. Theo trying to blast her way through. It won't go in there, but Herzl now looks up ice, finds Theo moving across. Theo's looking up ice. She's got some help with her. She's got Marie Stella. Stella couldn't get enough on it. And here comes the South Australians the other way. They make the pass across. It's picked up by Sinclair, who was great in the last game. Sinclair gets a shot. It goes wide. Sinclair with a number of goals in the last game that they played against the Shania Raiders. Playing the puck around the back of the net. Chong tries to find a connection in Stella. Doesn't get through to her. It's picked off, but this time it's dumped down, but it's going to go again for icing. No, it's a shot on the net. No icing for that one. If the goalie wasn't there, it would have gone in. And just backhanding it there, Wandle trying to find her help as the two teams making changes. Puck deflected up high by Morello, but it finally clears the zone for the Hidden Gems. Referee just hopping up to get out of the way as it's picked up by Clay, who dumps the puck into the bench. Unintentional, but all the same, it's not a delay the game penalty if it goes into the bench. It's only if it hits the netting. So you can fling the puck into the bench as hard as you want, as long as it's not deliberate. And then you don't get done for a delay the game penalty. Face off just outside the defensive zone for the Furies. So far it's been mostly Gems. Furies with a couple of rushes, but they haven't been able to do anything terribly useful with it. Trying to chip the puck through there is Morello. Gets onto a forehand. She's got Gunn racing into the slot. Couldn't get there quite quickly enough. Tripolino calling for the puck up on the blue line. Picks it off, gets past Jennings. And the puck wrapped around the back of the net. And now it's chipped up ice by the Melbourne Furies. But, battling on the boards. Bale can't get much with it except to shove it in deep. He gives it all the way down the end, but it's gone to Trapolino, who has a little bit of room, but she's got a two-player forechecker on it. Good play there by the Furies, shutting down her options. They managed to keep the puck in, but finally the Furies get it away and racing down to put some pressure on his Coates. Coates has Gunn driving into the slot, and the puck is, in the end, made safe by Sam Hockey. Gems 4 goals on the net. Furies none. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first. We are still all tied up at no goals apiece. So far the flow probably favouring the Hidden Gems just a little. Just waiting to see if the Furies can get that combination between Clay and half those players have gone. They've disappeared off the system. Gunyak and Bibby, but we'll get that all sorted out very shortly. They've disappeared off my system here. But, they are on the ice, I guarantee they're still playing. Puck comes across, picked up. Trapolino has a bit of room, can't quite get on the stick. Eventually gets a shot away, looking for a deflection. It wouldn't go. Trapolino got a good opportunity there. Comes back to try and cover it up. It's picked up though by Curtis, who drives it in deep. She's got Walsh going in as well. Beats her to the puck, but Walsh sitting in the slot waiting for the opportunity. It doesn't come. And now back come the South Australians, 2-on-1 the other way. Racing into the slot unmarked is Wandle. Doesn't quite go. Sinclair had the chance. Sinclair again picks up the puck. Got some pressure from Herzl. Sinclair gets clear, loose shoots. And the save made by Sam Hockey once more. Great chance there, though, Ricky Sinclair, who was dynamite in the previous game. Looks like we may have a slightly shorter bench for the Furies. Looks like we don't have Gunyak and Bibby on the team at the moment. Looks like they've shortened the bench. He's late on a Saturday. Shot fired in, trying to make something out of it, was Urquhart, but it wouldn't go. So that was Hoey there, who couldn't quite get the puck in. It was a good opportunity now. Back comes the Adelaide team, but it's picked up nicely, but cross ice, without really looking, was Clay. It was picked up by Miller, going in deep to put some more pressure on the puck. So the Adelaide team at the moment probably making the better decisions as Urquhart dumps the puck in hard and deep. Good battle on the boards, looking to try and clear the puck up the ice, the Furies, but it is broken out in the end by Bale. Bale with a bit of room in front of her, but she's got 2D to beat, who just forced her deep into the corner. Save made by Wandle, racing in for the rebound, but the Adelaide team clear it out nicely. Debbie Bowles now with the puck in the middle of the neutral zone, waiting for her players to get onside. You can see them all trying to get back on, and now she elects to dump the puck in deep. Put a little bit of pressure on Urquhart, but there's no forecheck at the moment. Racing in now to put some pressure on her leg. And they did a good job there of putting a bit of pressure on the South Australian defence, but they clear the puck out of the zone now, but only as far as Bleakley, who gets onto it and just clears it up the ice, but it's puck stolen and taken away from her by Chris Theo. Theo loses it, and it ends up with Wandle. Wandle ducks around 1 and 2. Blows her nose on the way past the commentary box. And now the South Australians trying to get a bit more pressure on the Furies. Certainly an even game so far. It's picked up by Hoey, but Hoey loses possession as they dance backwards and forwards through the neutral zone. It ends up in the hands of Gunn. Gunn's trying to get around one. She's got it stuck in her feet though. Can't quite get on the way she would have wanted. Gunn looks for someone in the slot. There's a battle in there. Wandle circling around too, but here comes Debbie Bowles. Debbie chips it up the ice, looking for and finding Theo, but it goes past him. It's Trapolino now for the Hidden Gems. He just chips it up past Walsh. Trapolino now with a lot of space in front of her. She's got Chong racing over to try and cut down her option, and Hurtis in the middle. But, you can see the South Australian team moving in. Nice shot there from a tight angle though by the South Australian team, and that was a relatively routine save. Sam Hockey just sitting on the post. Those shots from really tight angles, sometimes they go in, but they're highlight reel efforts because it's pretty rare. The goalie has not much net to cover. Sam Hockey's not a small goaltender either. She's quite tall, covers a lot of the net. Coming in now, the Furies with it, what looks like quite a short bench. I haven't seen Bibby or, and they're not on the team list, so they mustn't be playing in this particular game, Bibby and Gunyak, which is a shame for the Furies because they've been so effective for them. But you've got to play with what you've got. They put the puck across the front. Jensen plays the puck up the ice, tries to clear it out of the zone. The South Australians in Whittington tries to get onto the backhand, but it's hustled into the corner. Someone in the crowd has what sounds like a whistle. It's very disorientating. And shot on the net, made safe once more by Sam Hockey. 4 minutes to play in the first. We're still tied up, no goals apiece. The Gems with 6 shots on the net. The Furies with 4 so far as the scorer sees it anyway. Fatigue will play a part in the third period and certainly the second. The Adelaide team with a couple more on the bench. Furies a little bit depleted. Urquhart just keeping the puck in nicely on the blue line. Bowles now looking to try and play the puck out of the zone. Clears the zone nicely. She was being pressured by Sinclair, but not enough. And it goes into the corner. Urquhart now picks up the puck, tries to play up the ice, finds Morello. Morello can't hold it, but it ends up nicely in the hands of Whittington. Whittington finds the electric Sinclair. Sinclair loses her footing and Bowles manages to clear the puck out of the zone. South Australian still offside. They've got to hold up just a little bit. Racing Klopp picking up his Bale. Bale can't handle it. And the puck is driven back down deep into the offensive zone for the Hidden Gems. Going in to put some forechecking pressure on, and they pick the cross eyes. They pick the pass out. Nice piece of stick play there by the South Australian team. Bale Legg tried to clear it out. Bale in the end managed to do so. Shelley Jensen goes over to the corner to try the puck, play the puck down below the line. It's picked up now. Urquhart, who looks up, tries to find an option for winger. She's got Sinclair calling for it. Sinclair looking for a stretch pass. Not quite able to make the pass across the South Australian. Sinclair was there waiting for it and banging away on the ice, saying, "Pass it to me, I'm clear." Now she gets it through the middle of the neutral zone, but it's picked off by Legg, who got a stick in the way. Now the puck comes across and it's picked up by Whittington. Whittington fires it on the net. It's loose in front. Hockey made the first save. Sinclair gets away from Bleakley, but can't get away from the forechecking pressure from the pressure of Theo. And it's also Lucy Walsh there who gets in the way. Picked up now Theo with a bit of room. She's got to get around Trapolino if she can. Trapolino forces into the corner, so the puck goes back up to the blue line. And they get a shot on the net there. It was Walsh in the right spot, but not able to get the shot away cleanly. I want to watch that one relatively harmlessly go past, and now the South Australians break it out and get past the D. May go for icing, but racing back to pick it up, Sinclair. She gets there first, nullifies the icing, looks up ice trying to find Hui. Hui gets the shot away, but it's wide. They're going in to try and put some pressure on Stella. Now the puck coming around the back, it'll be picked up by Wandle. Wandle puts the puck into the high slot. No one there for the Adelaide team. Breaking it out now, Stella. Stella trying to get control of the puck. It's caught just down at her feet. Swipes it across, looking for and finding Theo, but Theo's picked off. Here comes Trapolino. Well, the messy change being made there by the Furies. Goes onto the half boards, but it's picked up by Theo. Theo looking up ice again. She's got two in front of her. Nice back-checking work there by the Hidden Gems. Giving Theo no real options, and it's picked up by Baird, who plays it safely up the boards. Just 1 minute to go in the period. Adelaide clear the puck out of their zone once more. Picked up Wandle. Wandle beaten, though, by Bowles. Bowles battling for it against the boards. Clears the puck up the ice, but here comes Trapolino with some room. She's got Herzl racing towards the puck, and Herzl flings it out. And we've got a hand up now for a penalty. Not exactly sure who it's going to be on. Trapolino and Herzl got tangled up. I think it's going to be on Trapolino, who'll be sitting to for an interference. Certainly a decent contest for the puck. The checking rules in what's called non-checking hockey. It's not non-contact hockey. It is non-checking. Players are allowed to make contact with each other if they're in a genuine contest for the puck. You're not allowed to just blindly take someone on and knock them over. It's not the NHL. But you are allowed, collisions certainly are allowed to happen if you are contesting the puck at the time. It looks like we're going to be finishing this period with Trapolino sitting in the penalty box and the penalty yet to start, as the referee is still talking to the bench for the Furies, and we may have a mutual penalty. It looks like we're going to have Curtis sitting out as well. The two players involved in that tussle has gone over to the bench. They can turn around and go straight back again because it is the first intermission. So Curtis has skated over, and we'll now just have a bit of a talk to, and then she can go back over to a bench and then come back over to the penalty box again. 39 seconds to go in the intermission. The score, no goals apiece. Curtis will be sitting two. Trapolino will be sitting two. And referees will call what they see. And it did look like the two players interfered with each other and weren't actually contesting the puck, but they were both equally culpable. So they will both do a penalty in this instance. This game's still tied up, no goals apiece. Furies and Gems. Gems with most of the flow. The Furies with a couple of good chances. Certainly there's been some good movement by Theo, who's made some great chances, but Curtis sitting it out will kind of balance it up for Trapolino, who's been one of the most effective players for the Hidden Gems. We'll see how they go when they are 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Gives a lot more space. This is an NHL-sized rink, so it's the same size as used for NHL games. It's a standard size with full glass. The glass here at iceHQ is actually from a American college team, college rink somewhere over in the US. Just brought over here and installed in 2018. And we've been playing hockey here ever since. So it's an NHL standard size, an NHL glass. The only thing that's not quite right is the stanchions near the benches. They don't have the curved section on them. And we don't have the trapezoid behind the net because we're not playing NHL rules. But regardless, face-off won by the Furies. It's 4-on-4. There's a lot of room on the ice, leaving the puck behind, but finally getting a shot across, but it goes behind the net was Clay. Now the puck comes up high. It's picked up by Clay this time. Dumps the puck in. Puck comes across the front. Second shot goes in. And goal scored by the Furies, giving them the first lead. And that was scored by Maddie Bale, which is just a wrong-footed Wandle. And you'll see this, not quite able to pick up and put pressure on it was Urquhart. And the puck buried by Maddie Bale and the Melbourne Furies with a 1-goal lead over the Hidden Gems. I think we're still 4-on-4. I'm not 100% sure how this rule works. So it might still be 4-on-4 for another minute and 10. So the teams will possibly be a little bit confused. The Furies can have another one on if they want. They do get that organised. So it's 4-on-4 for another minute on the Trapolino and Hurtis penalties. Goal scored there by Maddie Bale, and it was a ripper. You see how that extra space creates confusion and players out of position when they're 4-on-4. You don't get to play it very often on these size rinks. And it does open up a lot of real estate to make moves. Both teams making changes. Just 40 seconds to go on the 4-on-4 penalty. Probably both of them fairly keen to slow the game down at this point. Both teams fairly tired. It is their last game for the night for both teams. They will be tired. They played 5 games in 3 days. That's a lot of hockey. Plus, who knows what they've been up to during the day. Puck moves across the front of the net. They couldn't get onto it, but it's flung in from the blue line. But now the Gems race back to pick it up in Baird. She whips around the back of the net. She's got Walsh putting a bit of pressure on it. She leaves the puck behind. Walsh comes over to put some pressure on it, gets wrong-footed, and Baird breaks clear. The penalty over in 2 seconds. We'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey around about now. So we're back to 5-on-5. Going in to pick the puck up now. Sinclair runs it behind the net. Straight on back into play, Trapolino. Sinclair gets past everyone there. He's still got the puck down in the feet, manages to keep track of it, but it gets only as far as the recently penalised Hurtis, who now finds herself with an offside. Looks like it may have been Lucy Walsh who was just a smidge offside. I couldn't see it from here. But offside for the Furies, breaking up that move by Katie Hurtis. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. 2 of the high-level players in the teams were both sitting out for that 4-on-4, and we did see that goal by Maddie Bale. Flung up and out of the zone, but not cleanly by Wandle. And now it's picked up by Hurtis, who tries to get around Trapolino. These two tangled earlier and both did the penalty. Hurtis goes round the back, tries to look for a wraparound, gets the puck into the slot. Puck bobbling around, save made Wandle, deflects it into the corner. Driven away hard by Sinclair. Hurtis now flings it in from the distance. I'm not sure that Wandle saw that coming, but she got something in the way of it. Here comes Trapolino with some room. Chips the puck up ice looking for Sinclair. Only gets it as far as Bowles. Gets another chance. Trapolino manages to get it past Bowles this time. Drives it past Hurtis as well, and it's going to go behind the net. She's got Sinclair in the slot. She can get it up to her, gets the pass away, but Sinclair can't get the stick on it. Now Bowles the other way will be running at a heart rate of about 1,000,001. Hayley Legg gets a shot from a distance, but it goes wide. Wandle just watches it go humbly onto the boards. Bowles now cycling around, trying to find options. He's being checked tightly behind the net, but the puck bobbles up loose. It's in the feet now of Shelley Jensen trying to find something. Just chips a loose bouncer into the net. Picked up now by Urquhart, who dumps it deep. I'll tell why not Urquhart, that was Morello. No, that was Baird. I'll get there eventually. It's flung in high and deep by Bleakley, but it didn't have much on it. It wasn't on the net. Now the puck comes up the ice, but it's kept in leg again once more with the puck. And it will be picked up now. Trapolino looking up ice, trying to find a connection. She's got Whittington. Whittington gets past the pressure of Clay, but the puck will end up just dribbling down towards Sam Hockey, who makes the save. And with 10 minutes to play in the second period, this is a race for fourth place. And gets the team that wins this gets to play tomorrow morning in the semi-finals. Gives themselves a chance to make it into the grand final of the series. The other 3 teams are pre-organised. It's only a matter of who ends up first, second and third, and that's going to come down to percentage when the Reds play against the Chenilanders later on this evening. So this is the second last game of the night. Face off, one behind the net by the Furies. Walsh now trying to find a connection and does. Pass picked up beautifully there. Theo's got pressure on her though, being pushed tightly by Whittington. He now tries to get the backhand across. It's cleared out of the zone though. Nice work there by Hoey. Chong trying to do something interesting with it, but ends up on the stick of Crafter, and Crafter pushed into the corner, puts the puck across the middle, and it is picked up by Sam Hockey, who makes it safe. A little rush there by the Adelaide team. They really are getting some more flow. They've got twice the shots on the net, but they haven't been able to convert yet. Some good work, Sam Hockey, keeping them out. The winner of this game will be in the finals tomorrow. The loser of this one will be playing in the consolation final at 2:45 p.m. So they want to win this one so they can play tomorrow morning, because everyone loves to get up early on a Sunday morning. Face off one there by Stella. Gets it up to the point where Urquhart's battling for it. The South Australians keeping the puck. So the Furies keeping the puck. South Australians keeping the puck. Now they get the puck clear though. The Furies playing the puck up the ice looking for Gunn. Goes to, unfortunately for them, it goes to Hurtis, but it's reversed back around the other way. South Australia, here they come. Pushed into the corner, picking up Gunn, but Gunn gets beaten. Hurtis is away. Hurtis with one to beat. She's got Urquhart. Gets around Urquhart, but doesn't get around the puck. Urquhart with a lovely poke check. Stella with a shot. Bobbles loose. Urquhart has the puck. Puts it up the board looking for Gunn. Gunn has the puck robbed from her by Bale. But it is played up ice. Morello finding Coates. The puck goes deep into the corner. Racing back to pick it up now is Hurtis. Hurtis got a connection, but it's picked off once more. Urquhart, who's been superb so far this game for the Hidden Gems. She's got the puck once more, looking for options, plays it up the ice, finds a connection. Cross ice now to Gunn. Gunn tries to get past Hurtis, but it won't work. And now it is fired in by Wandle. Almost into the corner. Hurtis again doing a tower of work. She's doing about a 150-hour shift. He has a lot of choice at the moment. The team's quite short. Stuck behind the net now for the Furies, trying to clear it out. Hurtis managed to get something on it, and it's paid cross ice, but they get away with it, and it goes as far as Baird, who now has plenty of time and space while the Furies make a change. Picked off though. Hayley Legg races into the corner. She's got Theo in the slot waiting for the puck. Legg just couldn't quite get onto enough of a pass. Now Theo spins and turns, tries to get something on it. There's an Adelaide foot in the way, and the puck will be dumped. Winning the race for the puck is the South Australian team as they get around the back. It wasn't icing because they got there first, and now it's played up ice. Leg's connection is missed. It only goes as far as Whittington. Blasting now, Legg gets another shot away. It's on the net, forcing the save. The puck's still alive. The referee hasn't blown the whistle. It's played away there, Wandle, who puts the puck into the corner wisely. Now on the boards, the Legg tries to fire another one in, and it is swept back towards her and swallowed up by Wandle. Looked a little bit risky, that play. It was going around the back of the net, and she directed it back towards the net, and every now and then goalies do that and find themselves putting the goal in the net for the other team. And it's always a bit embarrassing on a highlight reel when that happens, but not today. Wandle made it safe. Looked a bit sketchy for a moment, but she survived the ordeal. Puck drop one nicely there by the South Australian team. It was a good face-off win by Courtney Crafter. They can't clear the puck out of the zone. Whittington couldn't quite get enough on it. The racing now to pick it up is Baird. Baird clears the zone, gets it past Bale, finds Sinclair. Sinclair runs into Herzl. Good contests there have been happening all night. Still not able to clear the puck out of the zone, the South Australians, as Legg is blasting through everyone just through sheer force of will. Puts the puck into the high slot, but there's no one there. Goes as far as the blue line. Trying to fire in a clapper from the point was Clay. But, there was too many bodies in the way for her. Stella tries to put the puck in the slot. It gets there, but it's picked up. Trapolino now tries to get past the check of Bale. Looks up ice. She's got one to beat in Herzl, and that's a hard one to beat. Goes wide. Chips it on the backhand, just lobbing it towards the net, hoping that someone would be there. And now it's picked up on the point by Crafter, who dumps it in. Tries to put it on the net, looking for a connection there in Whittington. Whittington putting pressure on Herzl. The puck just kept in nicely there. It was close, but near enough is good enough in this instance by Trapolino, who cycles off to get a change. Skating in with a fair bit of room to move was Crafter, but the shot went wide. It's picked up there, Sinclair, but she can't hold it. It's poked away from her by Bale. And flinging the puck in, South Australian team, and Herzl picks it up again. I'm not sure that he's had a change yet, Herzl, but it's been on for a long time. It's now Morello who puts the puck deep, but it only goes as far once again as Herzl, who is standing still. So doing the best impersonation of a traffic cone now while she's trying to recover. She's had an awful lot of rest, still staying out on the ice, and if you look closely you'll see her standing still and panting because she's quite tired. Referee blowing the whistle again. Looks like we had a stoppage quite a while ago. Maybe it wasn't heard. They're just asking for some explanation from the referee. A little bit confused as to what happens there. No one's quite sure what happened, but I'm sure we'll get a indication from the referees. I didn't see what it was for either. There's one very quiet whistle out there, I think. And I think what's happened there is that Theo's been penalised for continuing to play after the whistle, but just didn't hear it. So it's a tough call, that one. If one of the referees' whistles is a little quiet, there's not an awful lot you can do about it. You don't hear it, you keep playing because you keep playing till the whistle blows. But Theo will be sitting another 1 minute and 40 seconds. A loss there for the Furies. They desperately need her on the ice. She's been very effective. You do see that the Herzl's finally got a change. Been stuck out on the ice for a very, very long time indeed. Doesn't matter how fit you are, no one can sprint for that long. Puck cleared up the ice by Bleakley, but it gets out of the zone, which is what they wanted. But it will be picked up, played across by Urquhart. The South Australians are trying to set up something. They find Miller. Miller gets around Lucy Walsh. Is pushed off into the corner by Bleakley, trying to put the puck across in front of the net. Pass was there, that player wasn't. And it's been watched into the corner by Hockey. And the puck not quite cleared out of the zone by the Furies. Kept in. But now they clear the puck out of the zone, the Furies, and it's gone all the way to Moe. Going back to try and play it, but then deciding better is Sophie Waddle as the South Australians rim it out, trying to find Morello. Morello looking for a connection. She's being checked tightly, though, by Debbie Bowles. Bowles just breaking up the rhythm on the penalty. 40 seconds to go on the Theo penalty. Bowles almost picking that one up was Walsh now being pressed tightly by Gunn. Gunn gets around Walsh, doesn't get around Bleakley though. He's forced into the corner trying to put the puck across into the slot. And the Furies clear the puck out again. It's picked up by Baird, but she can't do much with it because their players were all offside. So the Furies now pick it up behind the net. And they can kill a penalty if they can get a decent dump out of the zone. Not quite, but Walsh now not quite able to clear the puck out of the zone. It was close, but not close enough. Just 2 seconds to go now on the Theo penalty. Theo will be out on the drop of the puck. So the penalty's over, but you'll notice that the Furies will only have 4 on the ice. Now this is an interesting thing because she'll be able to jump on the play behind the play. And if the puck bobbles out high, she's behind the South Australian team. So if they're not paying attention, she could possibly get a sneaky. You see Baird is the defensive player there for Adelaide, not aware of the fact that she's on the ice. She's behind her. If the puck had bobbled out, Theo was in a great chance there to get away. So it's always a tricky thing for the D. They need to know that the penalty's over and the player's going to come out behind them. I'm not sure that Baird was aware of the fact that Theo was coming. Puck flung now. Theo racing in to try and pick it up. Scott Trapolino with her. Manages to just wrong footer. Theo gets around, but Trapolino wins the contest and takes the puck away. Chong now with the puck for the thing. And Herzl now racing down to the corner, clears the puck out of the zone, finds Chong. Chong looking for options. He's got Theo as a choice. Lobs it into the distance, looking for the chip in. But it will be picked up by Baird. Baird looking up ice, chips it safely off the boards. It's a good choice. Finds her teammate who's looking for options, clears the puck out of the zone, gets around the check of Stella, but doesn't get it past. The cross ice exit though by Clay gives the South Australians another opportunity. Listen, for young players, unless you're absolutely sure of it, don't pass cross ice out of D. It's almost always the wrong option, and that one will go for icing. The Furies will not be able to get a change. With a short bench, they've just got one spare line. It's going to hurt. They can't afford to ice it. You can see the Hidden Gems getting a change. That's the end of the period, so it won't matter. So at the end of the second, it's still 1 goal to the Furies and none to the Gems. Gems out shooting the Furies 2-1, and they've had most of the play, but they haven't been able to convert. Sam Hockey's been quite successful in the net. In fact, perfectly successful so far. Probably can't save more than getting everything saved. So it's doing pretty well. But the Gems will want to get something through. Both teams short at this point. The Furies without Gagnac or Bibby, which is making a big difference to them. I haven't seen Beck Leader on the ice for them either. I'm quite sure where they've all gone, but they're not here. But Theo doing well, and Hurtis has been doing massive shifts and has been outstanding for the Furies, despite enormous amounts of fatigue, and at one point turning into a witch's hat. You can see she dumped the puck and stood still gasping for breath. You want to be doing that on the bench if you can, but didn't have the luxury of that. So the Gems with just a couple more players. It may start to add up towards the end of the period. We will see. It is the third and final. If the score stays like this in the last minute of the game, it will go to stop time, which is in favour of the team which is down, because they get more chances, or at least they get the chance to make more chances. Leg will take the face-off for the Furies against Baird. Leg wins the face-off back to Walsh. Walsh just chips it up and through. It's picked up there. Gunn finds a teammate who's looking to wind and shoot, but the save made by Hockey. And that was Whittington, and that drive through. Second shot goes to Hockey, who this time makes a save, freezes the puck. So for the first bit of this game, the Furies will be very keen just to hold the puck, keep possession, and keep turning the Adelaide team around, keep running that clock down. It's still early days. You don't want to try and do that for the entire 15 minutes of the period, but every stoppage does work in their favour. The team with the lead wants the clock to run down. The team without the lead wants to get the game going. Bowles now trying to clear the puck out of the zone. She looks up, trying to find an option. Gets it onto the feet of Maddie Bale. Maddie can't hold it now. It's picked up leg with it, just as a backhand across the front of the net, but that only goes as far as an Adelaide defender in Crafter, who tries to backhand it up, but Bowles steals the puck. Shot goes across the front, deflects off the front of Wandle, and the South Australians there in enough numbers to clear it out. You hear the come back in a 2-on-1, but the 2-on-1 is against Herzl. Puck goes through, and it's Sinclair racing into the corner to get to it first. South Australians trying to generate more attack. Sinclair, the puck comes wobbling across the front. It's picked up by, but not able to be completed by Whittington, who had a chance. Herzl fans on the exit. Puck goes back into the slot, goes around the back. Whittington a bit slow to get back to her feet as Herzl races in or hurdles back in to pick it up, tries to clear the puck out of the zone, looking for Walsh. South Australians still offside. Now they're clear. They chip the puck in behind the net, forcing Herzl to go back and clean it up. Comes out of the zone though, so the South Australians all offside again. They're having to race out. This is working in the favour of the Furies. Debbie Bowles looks up ice, flings it behind everyone, tries to find a gap. She's got Lucy Walsh going in to put some pressure, but Lucy, puck chipped up past here, goes up to Sinclair, who now has some room. Sinclair goes wide around Bleakley, doesn't take the puck with her, and instead it's just trickled in and almost passed to the goaltender there with a little backhand that had nothing on it. Looking for a connection, trying to get the puck back to Sinclair. I can't help but think she had a good option for a shot and chose not to take it. Got to make the goalie work. Sooner or later they make mistakes. Sinclair had an opportunity there, but he went begging a little bit and ended up just trickling through to the goaltender. Face-off won by the South Australians. It goes through the feet of Hui. Chipped in by Trapolino, but it doesn't get past anyone and hits the side of the net. The referee blows it up. Fairly sure that it was just the referee lost sight of the puck. You can certainly see it from here, but if the ref lose sight of the puck, they will stop the game. It's a safety issue. If the referee doesn't know what's going on, then they've effectively lost control of the game. Puck fired around the back of the net there by the Furies. Chong reverses it back the other way, trying to give it back to Amy Clay. She skates up the middle, but it's picked off there by Wandle. But, trying to clear the puck out again is Clay. The Furies get the puck out of the zone. The South Australians a little bit lost there, trying to find where it was gone. It was Miller who lost sight of it. Chong racing back to get it, does the smart thing, chips it back up the boards, trying to find help. She had Jensen with her. Jensen can't clear it as now Chong goes around the back of the net. A smart place to be. You can't score from there. It's the right thing to do. And she gets it up to Theo, who looks up ice for movement. She's got Stella moving. Gets the pass up towards her. Stella gets a stick on it. Stella was looking for Jensen, but Trapolino was in the way. Theo will now pick it up for the Furies. Nice little backhander there in the last line of defence. Finds Jensen. Jensen's got bodies in front of her. She puts the puck in deep. Maybe looking for a change. Doesn't take it. And now the South Australians will break it out as the Melbourne Furies get the change they wanted. Bleakley looking up ice for choices. Passes across ice. Misses everyone. Very nearly collected leg in the back of the leg. Bowles now just has the puck bobble over the top of her, but she does the right thing. Plays it hard onto the boards and cutting off the choices. Lucy Walsh tries to chip it up ice. Finds help in leg. The puck now driven deep into the corner, but to pick it up will be Wandle. Wandle has a little bit of room. Reverses the puck nicely. Good little escape there, but it's picked up by Bale. Bale flings it in from the distance. Tries to get a shot on Miller. Wandle got a stick on it. Puck lost at the feet there of Miller, who's cycling around. All her teammates yelling out, "It's at your feet." It's 3-on-2, 4-on-2 now for the Adelaide team if they use it. Wandle racing into the slot. Fired across the front of the net by the South Australians. A great scoring opportunity, but they couldn't convert it. 4-on-2 is a pretty good one. The puck now will be played out, but the South Australians just keep the puck in the zone. Fired in from the blue line by Morello, but it won't go. And it ends up out of the zone, and Lucy Walsh just picked there by Wandle. Puck on the boards as they battle for it. Pushed back in Miller. Miller only as far as Herzl, but the puck goes clear of just about everyone. Bleakley wisely for the Furies stays back and watches to see what happens as Herzl goes back to pick it up for the Furies. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 1 goal lead. Maddie Bale now with the puck tries to kick it clear. Does so. Gets it out of the zone. That's what the Furies need, is just keep turning the Adelaide team around. And they play it up the boards, trying to find some connection and some movement. Puck goes in. Save made. Second save. No save. Goal scored. It's a rebound. It came off Wandle. Picking up the rebound to a goalie already stuck on the ground. You can see both teams well tired. And a good goal there for the Furies with now a 2-goal lead over the Adelaide Hidden Gems. At the start of the series, I don't think anyone would have seen this coming, but the Furies at the moment, and that was Theo who scored that one from Jensen. With a good shot across the front of the South Australians coming back the other way. Morello couldn't get enough on it. Jensen now trying to chip the puck up ice. He's ran into Morello, who just said, "No, I'll have that instead." Herzl now looking up ice, chips it across, trying to find Stella. Stella with the puck at her feet, loses sight of it, but it's not too bad for her. She ends up being the beneficiary of a tricky bounce. Someone's lost something on the ice. Don't exactly know what it is, but a little bit of a hazard there in the top of the defensive zone. Puck makes its way back across to the South Australians in the slot. They're running into each other. Everyone's pretty tired. There's been a lot of hockey played in the last couple of days, plus travel. It's a big ask as Gunn now tries to get past Bleakley. Puts it between her legs. Hockey makes the save. Gunn couldn't get the rebound. He's got Coates in the slot waiting for it as they battle. Into the corner, Morello. Morello puts the puck across the slot, goes behind the net. Up to Urquhart waiting on the blue line. It was a good choice there until Theo shut down that option. Backhand Sinclair, won't go. Not Sinclair, that was Maddie Coates with that little backhand, but Sam Hockey was there paying attention and made the save. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. The Furies with a 2-goal lead over the Adelaide Hidden Gems. This means if they keep that 2-goal lead, we will not have stop time with a minute to go. If it gets down to 1 goal, that was a net guard that went missing. Net guard's now compulsory in sport. You can get them integrated into... we'll get it off the net. We'll get it off the rink eventually. You can get them integrated into undershirts, which is a really good idea because in A, you don't notice them, and B, they can't fall off. A little bit more expensive on the undershirt, but worth every cent. You can get them from many hockey supply shops, including, of course, the CCM Pro Shop here at iceHQ. CCM, the sponsors of this tournament. It is a CCM National Women's Tournament. CCM do make a shirt. Sinclair now racing through, trying to get around Walsh, and does so. She's been pushed into the corner, though. Bale manages to get a stick on the puck and take it away from her. Sinclair still with the puck at her feet. Bale just bashes it on through. Bale with some, gets on a forehand, chips it in, but it runs into a body, and that was Baird who got body in the way. Pushes Bale into the corner. Puck coming up high, looking for Urquhart. It's chipped through by Wandle, but driven back in by Bleakley. Now here come the South Australians with a bit of room. It's Trapolino. She's got space, uses it wisely, driving into the slot. Nice shot from a distance with Hockey, makes a save, gloves it, and will be quite content just to hang on to that puck for as long as possible. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go by the time the puck is dropped It'll be under 6 with a 2-goal lead now to the Melbourne Furies over the Adelaide Hidden Gems. Both teams very tired. You can see them getting sloppy skill-wise, and that's just a fatigue thing. Can the Adelaide team take advantage of it? Face-off won by the Furies in. They're trying to play it up the board and clear it out. Hurtis just bashing on through. Puck comes into the slot, picked up Bleakley. Bleakley with room in front of her. Once she crosses that line, she can choose to just dump it. Sorry, that's Clay, I should say. Plays back to Stella. Now racing in to get it, Theo. Theo with almost infinite energy. Stella now tries to get a shot away, but there's South Australian skates in the way. They clear it up the ice, and it's Whittington trying to put it up past, and Whittington gets the puck into the corner. They've got in the slot waiting for the pass, picked up by Crafter, but we have a hand up for a tripping penalty. And that's going to go on Whittington, who will have to sit too. Certainly not what the Gems would have liked at this stage of the game. With just 5 minutes to go, a 2-minute penalty, so they're down a player, which makes the luxury of pulling a goaltender perhaps a little less wise, because you pull your goalie and now you are 5-on-5 again. So if you pull your goalie under normal circumstances, you get 6-on-5, but it'll only be for half of the remaining time, or a little under half of the remaining time. And they'll need to make the kill with Gems, but they need 2 goals to bring them into contention, and then another goal to win it. Puck cleared out of the zone now. Chong racing back to get it, but she's got Sinclair putting pressure on her. Sinclair's going to need to throw caution to the wind. Bleakley now picks the puck up, goes cross ice, finds Bale. Bale tries to get a shot away, flings it across the front, but it runs into a South Australian body. Bale now in the corner, puts it into the slot, looking for the connection. Puck goes around the back of the net. Be picked up by Sinclair, who just chips it through, but Chong got enough body in the way to stop it, and it hit a skate. They lob it across the front of the net, but it bounces off the side. Puck in the slot now, picked up by, I think, Urquhart. Makes the chip. And now it's Sinclair and Bleakley. Sinclair gets around Bleakley. She'll be looking for someone in the slot, but she's got no help. She's all there on her own. It is a penalty kill. South Australians can't overcommit. Sinclair cycles around, tries to have a look, flings it high, but no one on the blue line for the South Australians. Sinclair was trying to do something. She's calling for the puck up the middle. Puck runs into the feet of Leg. Now it's Chong for the Furies. Deeks keeps the puck, gets onto a backhand, tries to chip it over the top, loses control of it at the last. Nice work there, Wandel keeping it out. Sinclair dumps it clear, and it'll go all the way down the other end. No icing because it's the penalty kill. It's racing back to get it Bleakley now. If Bleakley's smart, all she needs to do is just run down the time. Whittington with another 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Puck cleared out of the zone by Bleakley. Sinclair trying to do something as the connection made. Bleakley swats at it and clears the puck out of the zone, putting the South Australians offside again. Just 15 seconds to go on the penalty kill. South Australians would have dearly loved a shorty, but it's not going to happen now, as it's picked up round behind the back of the net by Baird. Baird looking up ice, but all she sees is Hurtis, so she goes cross ice instead. Bowles now picks it up, knowing that she's got all the time in the world and the clock's on their side. Hurtis lobs it in, but as she came out of the net, out of the penalty box, Circuit got a stick on it. Fresh legs there. Bowles tries to put it in. Topolino trying to be an option as well. And so too Sinclair skating around trying to set something up. South Australians get past the first line of defence, and now it's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Pass made cross ice. It's picked up by Wandel. Wandel can't get a handle on it though. Played back up ice, and it's Theo picking it up for the Furies. The puck, Theo crashing into Sinclair, I think, and everyone taking a little bit of a tumble. No, it wasn't Sinclair, sorry, that might have been, can't read the number from here when they've got their back to you. But anyway, another chance here for Sinclair, but it's picked off beautifully there by Bale. Bale trying to force her way through by sheer force of will. She's got pressure on her with a stick check, trying to get the puck into the corner. Bale looks up ice, trying to find choices. Doesn't have much except the blue line. Finds Clay. Clay backhands it back in again, goes back to Bale. Bale back to Clay. Clay with the puck at her feet. Keeps it in the zone though. Back to Bale once more, who's still trying to chip it out. South Australians rapidly running out of time. They've just got 1 minute and 15 to go. They need 2 goals. It can be done, but they'll have to hurry. They clear the puck out of the zone now through Hui. Racing in to put more pressure on was Miller, but it's picked up now instead by Bale, who just really needs to hold possession, tries to put it across the front. Now here come the South Australians with the last gasp. Lost the defeat there was Miller. Miller puts the puck on the net, not enough on it to get past Chong. Now it's picked up by Morello, who fans on the pass, fans on the shot. It's in the hands now of Whittington, who drops the puck once more up to her forwards. We've got Morello, who just chips the puck over. Just 35 seconds to play in this game. Shot taken from a distance, but Chong gets in the way of the shot by Crafter. Crafter's been outstanding, but just desperately unlucky as the puck cleared out now. Leg clears the puck out of the zone. 20 seconds to play in the period. The Furies under a lot of forechecking pressure. Tropolino going in to try and take the puck away. They want that goal and they want the stop time. Just 12 seconds to play in this game, the decider to see who finishes in the finals tomorrow. And the Furies run it around the back, and Chong just 5 seconds now to play. It's going to be the Furies beating the Hidden Gems, and they do. Absolutely an awful lot of heart from all the players involved in this game. Fantastic effort there by the Hidden Gems. They really poured it on in that last 5 minutes, but they just couldn't get the goal. Sam Hockey, sometimes lucky, sometimes in the right place, but always a combination of the two, manages to keep them out. And so the Furies win 2-0 over the Hidden Gems. We've got one more game coming up this evening, and it's the Reds versus the Shania Raiders. Matters to the Reds because it's about points for them. They need to get the win, and you suggested they probably would, but they also need a lot of goals. They want to get themselves up onto the top of the ladder. Two teams with 8 points on the ladder is the Stingrays and the Quokkas. If the Reds can rack up a heap of goals, they would, to be fair, need something in the vicinity of 14 goals, to get themselves into the lead, which would then mean they would play against the Furies in the semi-final tomorrow. The team that finishes top of the ladder will play against the Furies tomorrow morning in the first semi-final, and the second semi-final will be between Quokkas and the Reds, or the Stingrays and the Reds, or the Reds and the Stingrays. Regardless, that's how it's going to work out tomorrow. But the Furies have won their way through to the semi-final tomorrow. The Adelaide Hidden Gems will be playing in the consolation final, which will be at 2:45 p.m. We've got one more game to bring to you tonight, and that'll be the Reds versus the Shania Raiders. And that will be